Hello everybody, welcome to Hiccup Breakup, and on today's episode, I've received so many messages from men who pretty much ask the same common question. Why do women hate the feeling of taking accountability so much? Is there something we don't know? Is there a secret reason why women hate the feeling of taking accountability so much? We want to hear your thoughts. Well, to answer your question, yes, there is a secret reason why women refuse to want to take accountability so much that men don't know about. Some men say it's because women think they are always right. Some men say it's because they want to point the finger and use what they did to justify whatever it is that man does wrong to win an pointless argument. And some men also believe it's because when women take accountability, they'll run to their girls just to disappear to possibly cheat until she's ready to talk again. Those are all very interesting guesses, but that's not why. Women hate accountability because continuous judgment and criticism are the two main things lots of women refuse to deal with under any circumstances, even if that means avoiding taking accountability at all costs, because the minute a woman takes accountability, it immediately drives her back a traumatizing memory from her past she refuses to want to go back to. She loses self-confidence. She starts to lose herself. She puts herself in a position of stress. And the secret reason why men don't know that because they wasn't taught that when they was teenagers. So anytime a woman makes a mistake or a terrible choice, she doesn't know how to say sorry or own up to it, because the traumatizing judgmental criticism memories from her past immediately come back in her mind. And fearing the possible repercussions of judgment, the woman would possibly do one of these three things. 1. Point the finger at her man to find something he did wrong as a clickback. 2. Refuse to communicate or respond because the feeling of getting judged came back. And 3. Look for an escape route. Meaning any way from her to not receive that judgment and criticism feeling again. Including not saying sorry or taking accountability. So if you want your lady to start taking accountability and talking to you more, here's something you need to ask yourself. But you need to be dead honest with yourself. Are you a safe space of no judgment and no criticism once you are mad?
Beast Boy, if you knew something bad about me, would you still be my friend?
Of course.
In an attempt to persuade a woman to want to open up about an embarrassing secret she fears gonna trigger you. And you have to think about it. Because most men can't handle rejection, let alone judgment, because most men would shot each other over an opinion.
If you were really my friend, I could tell you anything. And no matter how horrible it was, you'd still like me, right?
Yes.
And because women know that, that's a strong reason why women refuse to express their feelings and opinions.
Trust me, Sal.
But if you believe you are a safe space for your woman's emotions, first thing first is attempt have high tolerance for possibility getting triggered or angry. And understanding there's a strong chance your queen is gonna go all the way off, including yelling cursing and screaming. Remember, communicating emotionally is something women wasn't taught how to do when they was teenagers. So they expect men to read their minds a lot, because men who get triggered or angry over an opinion from a woman most of the time end up in jail for a lifetime. So you have to practice getting triggered over an opinion no matter how much you emotionally don't want to. Remember, as a man, you have to make decisions based off of logic, not emotions. But because men make life-changing decisions based off emotions and anger, you have to practice separating yourself from the rest of the men who are not skilled at doing that. Because the reward of practicing triggered anger is becoming emotionally intelligent, and believe me, some women are attracted to emotionally intelligent men. Because after you become emotionally intelligent, you are in a better position to grow with a female, not just on a mental standpoint, but also on an emotional standpoint. Which is more valuable to any woman you're dating or attempting to grow with. So, other words, the real secret reason why women hate taking accountability so much, it's not because women don't know how to take accountability. It's because the traumatizing, judgmental, criticizing memories of her terrible low-life experiences immediately reappear back in her mind, and because she refuses to want to remember any of those terrible, depressing, traumatizing low-life moments, she refuses to acknowledge anything that could possibly bring that feeling back, including taking any kind of Accountability. And another secret reason why a lot women don't want to tell men the truth is because some men, if you watch the news, shoot and kill each woman over an opinion, argument, or a disagreement. Which constantly proves that some men are not emotionally or mentally intelligent enough to attempt to respond using logic whenever a woman makes an extremely terrible mistake where she knows and fears that her mistake is gone, possibly persuade a man who she fears is not good with controlling his anger, emotions, or built up frustrations, is going to not only fail to attempt to try to understand her but possibly kill her. Because that's how some women lost their lives when they get shot or stabbed and killed by a man over a disagreement, argument, or an opinion. That's the real reason why women refuse to want to take accountability. The traumatizing judgmental memories from her past and the possibility of getting killed from a man who she knows is not emotionally intelligent. To countless women, it's not worth the risk.
Why should I worry?
Bye! Bye!
What a delightful scoundrel.